Hey, this is gonna be my first video on my new channel. And obviously, in the background, we're gonna be having some Minecraft. It's me playing on my betacraft profile. And pretty much, like, the background is just gonna be me mining. Nothing, like, super interesting. I just wanted the first video on this channel to be, like, very chill and possibly to set the mood for, like, what I want to do here. Sorry if any of it's, like, super laggy. I'm still figuring out my OBS settings and everything. Trying to make it so things are, like, a little bit more easier to watch, but I am self-taught on a lot of this stuff, so I don't really know, like, a lot of things, I guess. So yeah, essentially this is gonna be a new beginning for me, and, like, it's really weird because I did have a channel before, and I ran that channel for 7 years, and recently I've let go of that. And everything that kind of came, not like everything that came with it, but I kind of wanted to release, like, a lot of the past energy that I felt like was attached to me still. And I think it just kind of comes in place of, like, over time, like, when you're doing things, you start to change, and sometimes, like, things don't really change with you the way you want them to. So you end up just, like, having to let it go. And, like, I think most people would probably get it whenever I say, like, you know, when you let something go and it's, like, a very painful process and it's just, like, awful all the way through. That for me hasn't been the case with this, like, channel stuff. Every time I've been letting, like, taking small steps to let stuff go, I felt nothing but relief. Like, it feels like a weight off my shoulders to start this again and not feel so held down, not only by, like, myself, but also just, like, I guess just, like, the past ways of doing things. I've been ready to move forward for a really long time, but I've been really scared to take any steps forward, and I feel like I've been learning a lot about myself lately within the aspect of, like, what I truly want from a YouTube channel and also just in my own personal life. But, like, when you kind of do the deep diving of yourself, it trickles down into everything. And YouTube's been a big hobby for me. And it's something I didn't want to let go, because I do really enjoy making videos. That's always been something I've been passionate about. I think, like, the struggle is I've just, with my old channel, things started feeling really stale, and I think also, like, the algorithm kind of started, like, only placing my past videos as, like, the threshold of my entire channel. So with my previous channel, I did a lot of pagan related content and, like, tarot related content and stuff, which is great. And not to say, like, I've grown out of it, because I'm still pagan, I still love tarot. I just kind of got disinterested with, like, posting videos about it anymore, or sharing as much as I used to. My spirituality's become, like, a lot more of a closer, like, it was personal before, but now I just don't think I like sharing as much about it as I used to. And also, I think YouTube is, like, not necessarily the greatest or just the internet in general, is not the greatest place for witches right now anyways. I know it's like popular now, I guess, but it's also like it's one of those things with like where something's a trend for a little bit, as soon as it stops being a trend, it's gonna be like shunned again. So I've been feeling myself wanting to draw away from posting a lot about it lately. I don't know if anybody else within that community has felt that way, but it's just been something I've felt called to like draw back from sharing as much about lately. I decided to start over from scratch, essentially. And I'm not gonna lie, new beginnings are really hard, but also extremely refreshing, and it's been nice to like think about what things I want to do moving forward. I know I pretty much want to do like video game stuff. I've just been thinking recently with like one of the reasons why I decided to start this new channel is just like I feel so detached from a lot of my past self, and like a lot of my channel, like the older one, kind of ended up not giving me what I was looking for or what I thought I was looking for. In my own personal life, things have gotten, like, a lot of change has swept through my life recently, and a lot of it hasn't been the greatest change. So I feel like in my own way I kind of needed some sort of controlled change that I could make to like set myself up better, I guess. Even though this is like a controlled thing and this is one thing I can feel happy to like start over on and to like kind of grab some semblance of like control in my life again, it's also been extremely frustrating because I've been in a place in my life where like I've just been having trouble figuring out like what I want anymore from myself. There's still a lot of things I want to pursue, but I think over doing my first channel I realized like a lot of the things that I thought I want from that weren't what I actually wanted. And it's hard because I spent so long in my life trying to like search that out. Because like making a YouTube channel has been a part of my dream since I was pretty much in middle school. So after doing it for a while and like seeing and like living that experience, seeing what like was waiting for me behind that was really exciting, but also really eye-opening to like, I guess, what that looks like. And not all of that was as great as I had hoped it would be. Like, I made a lot of friends during that time, and I felt on top of the world at certain points. And I only had, like, I mean, for those of you that, like, followed me from my old channel, like, it was 2,000 subs, so, you know, it wasn't the biggest channel in the world. But I was happy to have it and for it to be mine, and I was proud of, like, how far I got with the channel. I just think, like, part of the weight of the channel became too heavy for me because I, like, again, the whole thing of perceived wants, like, you think you want something, and then when you kind of have it, I guess, it's, like, not exactly what you thought it would be. And I felt like that channel never really reached its full potential for a bunch of different reasons. And even though that's unfortunate, this channel is what I'm considering to be sort of my second chance with it. I kind of feel like on my own terms sort of vibe. And that's exciting. But also really scary because, like, leaving something that you spent so long building, having it not work out the way that you want, really sucks. And it was really hard to let go of, I'm not gonna lie. But I think that I spent a good couple of years on the channel pretending that, like, that there wasn't really a problem or a frustration there. And I think, like, when that happens, it kind of leaks into your work, whether you realize it or not. So I wish I could have done better on that aspect, but that's kind of the thing of, like, you know, it's in the past now, and, like, trying to push and move forward through that, and, like, trying to forgive myself for, like, things that I wish I would have done better, or, like, you know, maybe thinking, like, if I had taken opportunities differently, or if I had, like, acted in different ways, how different everything could be. But I guess I'm not even sure if I would really like where those realities would leave me anyways. So I don't know, I'm grateful for the journey, the way that it went with that channel. There's a lot of things that could have been different, but it wasn't different. And with that now, I can try again, and, like, I guess leading into that, I can talk about, like, kind of the things that I want to do for this channel. So I'm not really sure, like, what you can fully expect here other than me talking a bunch, I guess. I think when I think about YouTube, like, when I grow up watching it, some of my favorite videos were just people playing games, no face cam, and talking to the audience, or just talking about life, or talking about whatever. And just letting the game kind of be the center, and, like, it just kind of gives you something to, I guess, like, zone out on, in a sense. I don't know. So I think that's gonna be, like, the main focus of this channel, is probably doing games, and then I'm just voicing and doing voiceover in the background. I don't know if that'll be interesting to anyone, but it's kind of what I've got planned. I also feel like the way with, like, AI slop being all over YouTube right now, that this channel can kind of serve as, like, a return to YouTube in its former form, of, like, having a channel just be about fun, being a hobby, and, like, chatting, rather than, like, I don't know, like, I don't want this channel to be very, like, bright or flashy or showy or trying to hold on to your attention. I want this to be for the people that, like, are looking to slow down and just breathe, I guess. Especially because that's where I've been kind of at in my life right now. I recently deleted, not recently for all of them, a lot of them I've already deleted, but I've deleted a lot of social media over the past couple of years. And yesterday I just deleted TikTok, which was a pretty big one for me. But honestly, like, the more I think about it, I think it was really unhealthy for me and everyone. I just spent too much time on there, and I didn't really get a lot out of it. And the funny stuff on there that, like, I did really love, I'll remember it by heart anyways, you know what I mean? Like, I really don't need it. And most of the time it's just been stressing me out a lot over, like, seeing really scary, sad stuff happening all over the world. And I already kind of get that kind of news from, like, other people around me anyways, so I don't really feel like I need TikTok, like, to find out that information, I guess. I've been kind of on a big slowdown of energy. I'm trying to, like, be more present with myself, more accepting of, like, who I am, which has been really hard because I have a really big problem with, like, blaming myself to the degree where I just end up don't do anything, essentially. Other than, like, make myself feel bad for every mistake I've ever made. And, like, it's good to hold yourself to some accountability of your past stuff, but I don't want to, like, get to a point where I just completely hold myself back from progressing because I'm so in my head about everything I perceive as not good enough. I also want to bring up, before I leave here today, kind of things that I'm excited to or that I want to do. I think I'm trying to look more towards my future now. I feel like I've spent too long thinking about the past all the time. I think what I want most out of starting anew is, like, well, one of the big things I want to start doing is, like, actually do more of what I say I want to do. And I don't want to, like, I'm not just saying that for, like, sharing it online, because normally with my old YouTube channel, I feel like I overshared a lot of, like, my excitements, if that makes sense, and sometimes that leads to, like, sabotage before it's even, like, created, I guess. But, like, there's a lot of things I want to pursue in my life right now that I just haven't taken the leap to begin. So I'm hoping, like, with some new change, this will also help me to, like, and, like, beginning this channel, it'll also help me, like, it'll trickle to the other things that I want to do that I've been saying I want to do. Because starting a new channel is so much effort. Like, I haven't even made the channel yet, if I'm being honest with you. I've just made the videos. But I'm gonna have to, like, I have to figure out so much for me. I gotta make an email, I'm pretty sure, and, like, profile picture, the background banner, like, all this stuff just to begin again, just to start again. I don't have any idea of anything. I only have vague ideas for what my name or username for this channel is gonna be. But I'm trying to, like, also refocus on the fact that, like, not every detail matters that much. Like, it doesn't have to be exact, it doesn't have to be, like, I think I focus too heavily on detail stuff sometimes whenever, like, sometimes it's not that big of a deal for when you first start to have everything put together. Or for everything to fit into place right away. And I've been trying to listen to, like, my inner voice a lot more. Which is hard to do. But I've been proud of the baby steps I've been taking. And I'm not gonna lie, it's really scary to, like, do this. But also, like, I feel like my old channel was in such a dead spot. Like, every time I posted video game stuff, I think the algorithm was, like, not pushing any of those videos out, which is unfortunate. So if I keep continuing on with that old channel, I just don't think any of my stuff is gonna get pushed. So this is all I can think of. This is, like, truly the last the last option, I guess, for me to keep continuing forward with this right now. And, like, I'm sure there's always another route or always another way, right? But right now, like, looking out ahead, this is the next best feasible option I can think of is just to let go of the past and just try and start over again and see, like, maybe this time, like, my content won't get, like, I guess hidden or whatever. I don't know what's happening on the other channel. Or, like, even typecasted, so to speak. I feel like my old YouTube is, like, expecting me to post only pagan stuff, but I didn't really want to post that anymore. I think pretty much on this channel I'll be talking about anything and everything. It's also so weird because, like, I haven't started a new channel in a long time, so I don't really remember, like, what that was like, what I even used to talk about, or, like, how I got my start, I guess. And it's in a different time now as well. So, like, who's to say the same things would even work, I guess. Like, stuff that I used to do probably doesn't work anymore for a 2025 YouTube channel, so I don't know. I guess I'm hoping in my heart that people will be able to find this. Like, if you enjoy beta 1.7.3, that's something I've really been loving right now. I don't know if this is, like, the only game I'll play on here. Probably not, but, like, it's a really enjoyable version of Minecraft to me, so I like just coming back to it, and I think Minecraft's one of those nostalgia games, like, you always come back to it just because it's, like, it brings you back home in a sense, I guess, or at least that's how it is for me, so it'll probably be a game I always come back to eventually, especially for recording and stuff. Anyways, I think that's a good starting point for this channel. Again, I don't know what the channel username is gonna be yet, so sorry. But I hope you enjoyed kind of me just being just here and chatting. And I hope, like, this is the kind of video setup that you like too. Like, I hope I'm not the only one who misses, like, the older style of YouTube, and, like, I'm hoping because I kind of formulate this YouTube channel moving forward in that kind of setup that maybe it'll set me apart from all the AI slop that's being pushed as well, you know? Maybe that'll make it, like my stuff will stand out more because it's not, like, flashy or trying to, like, jingle keys in front of your face or something. Anyways, I just wanted to say thank you so much for checking out my first video on this channel, and I hope to see you for more. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.